You knew Sheryl Swoopes was going to add her 2 cents here. She wanted Caitlin Clark to stand in there and keep in mind, Angel Reese is what, 6'4", Caitlin Clark's 6 foot. And and she got a problem with the fact that Aaliyah Boston grabbed Angel Reese. Well, Caitlin Clark's walking away. Why the hell are you going to grab her? Sheryl Swoopes is she can't help it.
And no, it's not because she found peace. It's because she's delivering yet another anti-Caitlin Clark monologue with the intensity of someone auditioning for a telenovela. This time, the focus of her rant was a flagrant foul by Clark on Angel Reese during Indiana's complete dismantling of the Chicago Sky, a 93-58 blowout that also served as a Clark highlight reel. Reese went up for a layup, and Clark shut it down like a bouncer at an exclusive club, sending Reese crashing to the floor, much like Swoopes' last attempt at objective commentary. The refs called a flagrant. Reese got a tech for reacting. And Sheryl? She was already writing her next dramatic TED Talk titled Caitlin Clark, America's Problem Child. Think Swoopes is out of line? Let us know in the comments.
Sheryl, do you agree with both Clark and Reese saying this was a basketball play, or was this flagrant foul bigger than that?
I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. Yep, I thought the refs got it right. My thing with that was, like, stand in it.
I knew it wouldn't be long before Sheryl's hate and Swoopes show her head on this situation between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Knowing that her hatred for Caitlin Clark runs deep, but you will not believe what she said today.
It all happened during what was supposed to be another entertaining rivalry game between Indiana and Chicago. Except this time, Caitlin Clark had clearly decided she was done playing nice. As Reese drove to the rim, Clark stepped up, made contact, and wrapped her up like last night's lasagna. The result? Reese hit the hardwood so hard you could practically feel the internet shake. But here's the twist. Clark didn't yell, flex, or even glance back. She just turned and...
I don't think Caitlin Clark is wrong for walking away, but I also have no issue saying she shouldn't have, with someone saying she shouldn't have, because if you've played ball, you know that, like, sometimes, like, if you're gonna go and intentionally foul somebody, and you know that they could react, you deal with it.
That walkaway was legendary. Clark committed the foul, brushed off the theatrics, and exited like she had more important things to do. And let's be honest, she probably did. Meanwhile, Reese sprang up like she was spring-loaded, ready to throw hands and ad-libs. But Clark was already halfway to the huddle, looking more composed than a politician post-scandal. It was cold, calculated, and to half the arena, absolutely glorious. The other half booed like Clark had personally disconnected.
Returns to the Gills Arena podcast. Bigger, better, more delusional, more foolish than ever. Sheryl Swoopes, welcome back, Sheryl. We missed you over here. Caitlin Clark delivered a hard foul, and she walked away. It was a basketball play. Foul, you're not getting this layup. Walked away. That's it. Angel Reese stands up.
Before Reese could channel that energy into an on-court WWE audition, Aaliyah Boston slid in like a Netflix character trying to de-escalate a bar fight. In her effort to play peacemaker, she gave Reese a slight nudge. Accident or not, it only added fuel to the chaos. Whistles blew, players stiffened, fans rose to their feet like it was a Broadway finale. This wasn't just basketball, it was theater, dripping in drama. Enter Sheryl Swoopes, stage left. But let's be clear, Swoopes doesn't just critique Clark. She practically runs a Pinterest board of Clark critiques. Every foul, every game, every facial expression. After the Reese foul, Swoopes went full scorched earth on her podcast, saying, Clark acted like she owned the league. Never mind that, in many ways, she actually does. Ticket sales, merchandise, ratings. But yeah, let's focus.
Sheryl Swoopes is so jealous of Caitlin Clark, and she will advocate violence on Caitlin Clark. She was on Gil's Arena's podcast talking about how she was cool with the foul, but she wasn't cool because Caitlin Clark walked away from Angel Reese when Angel Reese was chasing her and Aaliyah Boston had to step in. And mind you, she had a problem with Aaliyah Boston stepping in. So she wanted Caitlin Clark to stand there and get hit by Angel Reese. And also on top of that, now she's advocating for the All-Star game to be removed from Indiana.
You know that one relative who gives unsolicited opinions about everything, from your career to your haircut? That's Swoopes when it comes to Caitlin Clark. The moment this foul happened, you could almost hear Sheryl cracking her knuckles and preparing a monologue. Within hours, her hot take was out, spicy enough to make jalapenos jealous. She didn't hold back. She never does. Jumping on Gil's Arena like she had receipts and a revenge arc, Swoopes said, "I don't have a problem with the foul. My issue was with all the other stuff." Translation: she's mad Clark didn't stick around to argue with Reese. According to Swoopes, if you light the fire, you better stay and dance in the flames. Because apparently, Clark's biggest crime wasn't the foul, but leaving with dignity.
Sheryl Swoopes wants to see degenerate activity. Sheryl Swoopes wants to see bottom-of-the-barrel activity. Sheryl Swoopes wants to see a bunch of nonsense taking place on the court. Sheryl, if it was a hard foul, why would Angel Reese get up the way she did? If it was just a hard foul, just a basketball play, why would Angel Reese get up the way she did?
If it was just a hard foul, a typical basketball play, why did Angel Reese react the way she did? Then came the classic Swoopes signature, the double standard rant. She claimed that if Reese or another player had done the same thing, the world would have exploded. But because it was Clark, the reaction was muted and softened. According to Sheryl, Caitlin Clark is the golden child, protected by the media and immune to criticism. Never mind that Clark gets body-checked every game and still takes heat from half the media, like she's breaking basketball tradition. But sure, Sheryl, go ahead and paint Clark as the chosen one. Conveniently,
Caitlin, if you're gonna foul, stand on it, Caitlin! Stand on it! What do they say in The Wizard of Oz? What did the lion say? Put him up, put him up! Is that what Sheryl Swoopes wanted to take place? Do these people just want to see Caitlin Clark get physically hurt? Did we not see her get physically hurt enough last year? Let's play a game of make-believe. Caitlin Clark, instead of walking away, instead of getting pulled away by her teammate, yeah, we'll get into it, she stands there. And what happens? Angel Reese yokes Caitlin Clark up, showing how mentally of a midget she is, showing how immature she is, showing how much of a degenerate she is. Is that what you wanted to take place, Sheryl?
let's not forget, Sheryl Swoopes is a 4-time WNBA champion and a bona fide legend. But lately, her legacy is starting to resemble that ex who brings you up at every party. At this point, her fixation with Caitlin Clark has more plot twists than a soap opera. When Clark was breaking records, Swoopes dismissed them. When Clark hit logo threes like they were layups, Swoopes said, "Let's see her do it against real competition." If Clark walked on water,
I mean, she got so much hate in her heart for this 6-foot white girl that's playing in the league, dominating everything.
fans aren't clueless. They've caught on to the pattern. This isn't analysis anymore. It's a vendetta. The kind of relentless fixation that makes you wonder if Caitlin Clark once took Sheryl's parking spot. While Clark keeps making history and redefining the game, Swoopes seems stuck in a loop, writing the same bitter script with the same tired ending. Downplay, discredit, repeat. And here's the irony. Swoopes once carried the WNBA on her back, And now she's dragging its brightest new star like she's a threat. She claims to want the league to grow, but only on her terms. Only if the spotlight shines where she sees fit.
It's amazing how different somebody like Cynthia Cooper is to Sheryl Swoopes. They played together, but the difference in the hateration, the pettiness, the jealousy that comes from one former player versus the other former player is stark.
Maybe that's what stings the most. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's revolutionary. She's doing what's never been done before, reshaping the game, expanding the audience, and injecting fresh energy into the league. All without drama, just letting her performance speak. That kind of impact doesn't need the blessing of past legends. It just needs space to grow. While Sheryl Swoopes keeps trying to narrate her own version of events, Clark is busy rewriting history with triple-doubles, record ratings, and sold out.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Arenas. These aren't flukes, they're facts, and they're happening whether Sheryl approves or not. So if Swoopes wants to keep delivering speeches about what Clark should be doing, let her. The rest of us are witnessing Caitlin Clark become the face of the league in real time. The scoreboard doesn't lie, and neither does the future. It's here, and it's wearing number 22. Let's talk about her superstar pull, because it's the megawatt elephant in the arena. That rematch game wasn't just a WNBA event. It was a full-on cultural spectacle. Local ratings shattered, secondary ticket prices skyrocketed like it was a Taylor Swift tour, StubHub exploded because 17,000 fans packed the arena and millions more watched at home, all for a regular season game in May. She could be playing a pickup game in flip-flops on a driveway.
One word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth.
And still draw a drone, a camera crew, and 5,000 fans in lawn chairs chanting her name. The Caitlin Clark effect is more real than ever. A single foul from her launches debate shows, splits Twitter in half, and sends Hall of Famers scrambling to podcast mics. She doesn't just make headlines, she is the headline.
And I mean, she's the truth, and she was a rookie. Right?
Yeah.
Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty. So sometimes she look like she's coming off for a three-point shot, and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass. She can shoot. Man, she is a complete basketball player.
And not just any headline. We're talking LeBron and Steph levels of star power. Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's shaping culture. Yet here's Sheryl Swoopes, acting like Clark's rise is an insult instead of a boost. Instead of celebrating rising tides, Sheryl acts like Clark, is dragging her boat to shore for retirement. That "who invited this kid to my party" energy is both obvious and exhausting. On one side, Clark selling out arenas, inspiring youth, breaking records. On the other, Swoopes glued to the critique button, analyzing every move like she's on CSI Hardwood. Honestly, at this rate, Swoopes may as well be Clark's unofficial biographer. And how does Clark handle all the chaos? Like a veteran playing chess while the rest argue over checkers. After the game, she sat calmly beside Aaliyah Boston at the...
Go grab your own teammate. Don't come grab my teammate. So where Aaliyah Boston went over to Angel and was kind of like, we ain't gonna do that. Like, to me, you gotta go get your own teammate. I didn't have a problem with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. I thought the refs got it right, and then you keep on playing. I got issues with all the other stuff that came along with that, not that foul.
Press conference, brushing off the drama like lint. No malice, she said, just defense. It was her way of saying, move along. She even said the foul didn't deserve an upgrade, proving she's more composed than many adults delivering hot takes. Still, Sheryl spun it into a saga. She zoomed in on the moment like the league's official drama investigator, dissecting who moved where, who blinked when, like she was analyzing Zapruder film. If WNBA drama ever needs a director, Sheryl's got the role on lock. But the real spectacle? It was in the stands. Indianapolis showed up like it was Super Bowl Sunday. Die-hard Fever fans, Iowa transplants, and families dressed in Clark gear from head to toe, like Halloween came early. They weren't there for tea. They came for fireworks. The cheers after every Clark three.
Just about every single analyst and pundit in the basketball community has been rifling off takes regarding Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese during the May 17th game between the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky. Not only was the foul itself noteworthy, it really wasn't. I mean, there's people out there trying to claim some kind of random different angle showed up, and I watched that over and over again, the original angle and then this new angle. I'm not entirely sure this new angle I'm seeing is not a...
The gasp after the foul, the eruption after the scuffle. It was electric. Not chaotic, not toxic, just raw, authentic basketball energy. The league could bottle that and sell it for $19.99, and you better believe they'll return. This entire saga, the foul, the flare-up, the Swoopes soliloquy, the Twitter chaos is only fueling the fire. The rematch is now circled on calendars, ticket prices already soaring.
Cynthia Cooper. Oh boy, I think she may have made Sheryl Swoopes a little bit salty. I can see that.
She averaged 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in WNBA?
Those three?
No. Right? So she didn't do that.
No.
Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
5.6
Those are hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
rookie.
But to me, that's...
Clark versus Reese is officially the league's hottest ticket. No amount of finger-wagging from salty legends will stop this hype train. The reality is, being a megastar means becoming a magnet. For love, for hate, for clicks, for criticism. Clark's spotlight is so intense it's practically sunburning the haters. And with each 30-point game, viral moment, and MVP chant at the line, the target on her back grows. But that's the price of stardom. You can't shine without also drawing lightning. So for every fan holding up a Caitlin is Queen sign, there's a Sheryl Swoopes in the background, squinting and mumbling about the good old days. And honestly, that might be the biggest compliment Clark's received yet.
I can see the salt. I can see the sweat beads coming out of Sheryl Swoopes' forehead right now, while her former teammate, who won 4 WNBA championships with her. 4. And she's getting on here and she's telling the world Caitlin Clark is the truth.
You know you've made it when the former greats won't stop analyzing your parking stands. Still, Sheryl's going to Sheryl. She's got opinions and doesn't hold back. But when those takes start swinging like a pendulum stuck in bitterness, people take notice. They see the contradiction. the refusal to let a new era unfold. And through it all, they also see Clark keep rising, despite the noise. So, while Sheryl Swoopes polishes her next paragraph-long complaint, Caitlin Clark is busy preparing for another game, another sold-out arena, and another box score that reads like prophecy. She's not distracted.
The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense.
She's not rattled. She's dominant. The truth is, Caitlin Clark is the heartbeat of the league. Right now, the oxygen fueling the WNBA. Without her, it's a whisper. With her, it's a roar. That flagrant foul? Just a footnote. The backlash? Background noise. And the critics? Just echoes in an arena already chanting her name. Think Swoopes is out of touch? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out. Tap the video on screen, and we'll see you next time.